Oh, wow. Is this really happening? Is it really live? Are you really there? Am I really here? Look at my new, oh, this way. Look at my new get out there thing. It's kind of hard to match it up. How's everybody doing? As you can see, it's also raining outside in Boulder, which is actually a very good thing. Can you all hear me? What up, Pensacola? Are you hearing me? I can't tell. These things are so awkward. I'm like talking to myself, and supposedly there's a lot of you out there, but I don't know. Looks like we got somebody from the Islas Canarias, the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa. Adrian Beacon, what's up? Matt Mason says, I'm standing here at Antelope Wells, but don't see you yet. Haha. What's up, Matt? I will be there, and I will be stinky and sweaty, and I can't wait to see you when I get to the end of the Tour Divide. So I thought I would do a little live chat with you all about the Tour Divide race that is coming up. I'm flying to Calgary on Wednesday. Today is Monday. And then I will make my way to Banff. And then the race starts on Friday, June 14th. I've been thinking about this. My brain is a little scrambled, but thinking about this, dreaming about this for a long time, well over a year. Let's see who else we have over here. Let me know where you're from. We got, oh, my buddy Hunter is there from Pensacola, speaking Spanish to me. We got returned from Panama, from Las Vegas. Matt Rhodes says, what's up? Adventures of the Familia Baja Boy. I like that. Spanish Pie Guy. I'm loving all of your names, by the way. We got some good ones here. Test Bug. And then we have an Adam. That's a good name too. I guess it doesn't have to be jazzy. Who else do we have here? Is it going to rain heavily up there? Well, probably at times. I don't quite know the forecast, but it's definitely been a wet spring up in that part of Canada. Although they didn't get a lot of snow throughout the winter, the spring has been wet, which means snow up high. So we will definitely be encountering snow hike-a-bike on the very first day on a section called Coco Claims, which you have to walk anyway. It's a hike-a-bike for I don't know how long, a couple hours maybe. And it's very steep. And we got Bike Touring Mike in here. Hey, min vän från Sverige. Bike Touring Mike. You all remember Bike Touring Mike. He just finished a ride on the European Divide. Make sure to go subscribe to his channel and watch his videos. He's a great guy. A lot of you remember him from my series last year in Sweden. We've got Chris from Northern Ireland. Oh, I would love to go there someday. I've been to Ireland, but not Northern Ireland. And man, that's on my list. We've got Chris from West Texas. We got Joe J from Stafford, England. I still need to do the Land's End to John O'Groats ride. That is definitely high on my list. We got Matt Rhodes asking if Mira is joining me. I wish Mira was joining me, but I did just talk to John and Mira today. Guess where they are? They are in Panama, and they are going to take a boat across the Darien Gap into Colombia within the next week. And if you miss John and Mira, the best place to follow them is on Instagram. I will type their Instagram down here, but it's Mira_la_Perra. I'll do that right here. I'm going to do it right now. Mira_la_Perra. So that is what they are on Instagram if you want to follow John and Mira right now. He posts mostly to Instagram right now. He will be making some YouTube videos, but it just takes a long time to make YouTube videos, and he's on the road. So yeah, just be patient. Looks like we got Gustavo from Brazil, watching from Virginia. Who else do we have here? Robert near Edmonton, Alberta, 3 hours from Calgary. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Edmonton Oilers are in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm rooting for you. Who wants Florida to win the Stanley Cup? Well, I guess Florida people, but just hockey seems a little unnatural in Florida, don't you think? We got Craig Miller. How you doing, buddy? We got Chuck Fessler from Lansing, Michigan. Patrick Flowers from Nashville. Patrick is one of my buddies, and he just bought a Priority 600ADX, my new bike. I hope you're loving it, my friend. We got Barry. How you doing, Barry from Virginia? Barry, I met Barry on Ragbri in 2019. He and his brother. Wonderful family. I'm so glad that we're still in touch. We got Fraser B from Scotland. We got Kev F from Kentucky. It's incredible how many people are here from around the world. We've got Andrew Laboule from Montreal. My French is no good. I can speak Spanish and Swedish, but not French. Sorry. We got Haberstam from Hollywood, Florida. All right, I'm gonna start. Oh, hey, what's up, Barry? Thanks for the $10, man. I appreciate it. I will definitely eat a burrito in your honor while I'm on the Great Divide. We've got somebody from Alaska. And all right, maybe I'll start talking about what I'm doing. So a lot of you know this, but I'm about to set off on the Tour Divide. In 2020, I rode the Great Divide mountain bike route, just touring it. It's always there. It's been around since 1997. It was developed by the Adventure Cycling Association, and it is stunningly beautiful. And about 2 years ago, I was talking with John and Mira. Mira doesn't really talk, but you know what I mean. She kind of counts as a human. Talking with them about doing the Tour Divide someday. And he got motivated and he did it last year. And I saw him doing it and the experience he had. And I was like, I want to do that. So this year, I'm finally making it happen. It's been well over a year in the making, planning, dreaming, getting all the gear together. And this is going to be a little bit different than my typical adventures, mainly because I'm going to be pushing it as hard as I can within reason. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to be sleeping in ditches, at 2 a.m. for 45 minutes and then waking up and continuing. All that's for the top 10. Those people can go nuts. I definitely want to challenge myself and try something that I have never done before. But within reason, I want to get a full night's sleep, which might mean 6 to 8 hours a night. But I'm going to be cruising. And that also means I'm not going to be filming it in quite the same fashion. I will have my drone with me and I will have my GoPro with me. But I'm not going to be stopping and setting up shots on the tripod and running back and then riding in front of the camera. That just takes too much time and kind of interrupts the rhythm. So the videos will look pretty much the same, but just maybe less beautiful flower shots. I'm sorry, my friends. No beautiful flower shots. But maybe I'll get those with my iPhone. I will also fill in the holes with my iPhone. So that's what I'm doing. The race starts June 14th. My goal is to go about 110 miles a day, which would put me at a finish of 25 days. And just for reference, that seems like a ton, and it is to me, but the winners usually do it in 14 or 15 days. Crazy, 10 days faster than me. And I will be cheering them on from afar. And I'm really excited to have this whole trail connect all the riders from the front to the back and everybody in between. As you know, it goes through so many beautiful towns and villages along the way. There's going to be trail magic. I'm going to meet wonderful humans. As you know, that's one of my favorite things about doing these types of adventures, meeting wonderful humans. It just fills up my heart and my soul. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to go over here again and see if anybody has any comments or questions here for me. Frankie1 says, is this a race? It is definitely a race. It is called the Tour Divide. If you're just going to go ride this route, it's called the Great Divide mountain bike route, and you can do that anytime. But the Tour Divide is an actual event that starts always on the second Friday in June. And there's usually about 200 people up in Banff, up in Canada, who start together. It's called the Grand Depart. And so I will be with all those people. I will be amongst all the fun and the energy and high fives. And we will all start this Friday morning at 8 a.m. And we're going to take off and we're going to do our thing. So yes, it is a race. Let's see. Chrissy says, Evelyn and I say hi. Hi, Evelyn. How you doing? These are some friends that I met in Iowa years ago, and they do RAGBRAI every year. And they say, we olayed while going through tunnels over the weekend for you. Wishing the best of luck. That's the best way to send me good vibes and luck, is to olay through a tunnel, because I will hear you no matter where you are. If you're in Scotland or Australia or Mongolia, you do the olay chant, and it will find its way to me. I promise. That's how it works. We have Pilar Sanchez. Hola, Ryan. What does a whammy mean in Spanish? Oh, what is a whammy in Spanish, man? A whammy is something unexpected and catastrophic. It's not a crash. A crash is when you just crash your bike and you go down. A whammy can be something you'd never imagined happening. Maybe getting struck by lightning, or a pack of murder hornets chasing you down, or a landslide taking you out. These are pretty dramatic examples, but you kind of get the idea. I'll have to look that up in Spanish, what a whammy is. Pero es algo muy, muy malo. Will it be a bit of cold nights and even snow up in the mountains? Yes, Carl. There is snow up in Canada. We are going to encounter snow probably on our first day up a section called Coco Claims. I've heard that there's 3 feet of snow up here. And as you all know, or maybe some of you know, I have pushed my bike through some snow throughout the years. So not that I love doing it, but I do have experience doing it. And staying warm is definitely important because I don't like being cold. As you know, I do a lot of my adventures in desert regions. I love being warm. I don't like being cold. Yes, Adam says a whammy equals a broken Gates belt. That is true. That is also definitely a whammy. Bad luck. Somebody says, what do you say to fat biking across the Yukon? I say that's cold. Maybe someday, but again, I really don't love cold weather adventures. Let's see. What else do we have here? Cheers, Ryan. Sounds like whammy's unscheduled stop from too many burritos, says Kevin Doyle. That's a pretty good one, Deb. That could definitely be a whammy. Yep. So yes, I plan to go 110 miles a day. Some days might be more than that. Some days might be less than that. But on average, in order to finish in 25 days, I will have to go 110 miles a day. And at the beginning, I imagine it'll be a little bit slower. The riding is more technical, and there's going to be some snow that we're going to hit. But as the route goes south, from what I remember, it gets a little bit faster. I'm really looking forward to the Canadian section. I did not do the Canadian section in 2020 because of COVID. I couldn't get in there. So I've never seen it, and I've heard great things about the Canadian Rockies. And I saw them from a distance when I was in northern Montana, and they look epic. Like the mountains in Colorado out my window here are pretty cool, but the Canadian Rockies are just on another level. They're majestic. It's almost like the Himalayas. So I'm excited about Canada, but that's really only, I think, 300 miles of the entire route. So I'll be out of there hopefully in 3 days, and then it's into Montana. And people ask me all the time what my favorite section of the Great Divide is. And I know that I'm a Colorado boy and I love my state with all my heart, but I would say Montana is my favorite section of the Great Divide. It is so beautiful, especially up in northern Montana. The woods are just so dense. And when I got my drone way up high in Montana and took it out, it looks so cool. And there's a lot of great towns in Montana. Ovando is a very cool little town, and they really embrace cyclists, and they give places for people to camp, and they have a great little store and a restaurant. I also love that the capital, Helena, is a beautiful place. And a lot of you remember some of the trail magic, the trail angels out there in Montana, Barbara and John. They have a great place called the Llama Ranch, and that's also in Montana, just a little bit north of Helena. I will hopefully match up my time to be able to stay the night there if it falls on, when I get there in the evening. So Montana is absolutely stunning. Wyoming, it's all beautiful. I would say the most different state of the entire ride is New Mexico, because it's pretty just mountainous, woods, high altitude until you get to like the middle part of New Mexico, and then it's desert, straight up desert. Pretty much what you've been seeing in my series, The Off-Road Runner with Jabba. Have you been enjoying that? I hope you have, because it's been so much fun to edit that series together. Jabba, as you can see, is a clown. He's super funny, one of the funniest humans I've ever spent time with, and we were laughing the entire time. All right, do I have any other questions over here? Magnus says, will you make any changes on your bike before the race, or are you riding on a standard Priority 600 ADX? It's straight up, I just got that bike last week. It is brand new. As you know, I was riding the prototype, the blue one, for a few months, and I got the new one, and I'm just riding that straight up. No changes. The only change or addition is I'm putting aero bars on my handlebars. So aero bars are the little cups for your arms, so you have just a different resting spot for your hands. Because if you're just sitting like this the entire time, your arms get tired. And so I'm excited to have a little bit different positioning. And I've never used aero bars on a long tour. This will be my first time. I've been practicing with them, and they definitely feel very comfortable. As far as my setup, it's pretty much the exact same setup as I pretty much always ride with it. You see me with, you know, I'm gonna do some multimedia here. I have my bike. Let's see if this will work. So that's what it's gonna look like. That is my bike right there. I took this photo earlier today before I packed it up in that box, and that's my setup. I've got the aero rack in the back. I have my tent in the back. In the middle, I will have a water bladder and room for food. And then up front, I like to keep the front end of my bike light. I don't like a big front roll and a lot of weight on the front of the bike. And then you can see the aero bars right up there. And another thing that's going to be different about this ride is I never ride my bike in the dark. It's just been one of my things throughout all my bike tours since my first ride home from Honduras to Boulder. I like to get off the roads at night times because you're less visible, right? Luckily, the Great Divide is on dirt roads, so you're a bit more safe. But still, that tradition has stayed with me where I just ride from the morning to the late afternoon, and then I set up camp and enjoy a nice evening. On this race, this adventure, I do plan on riding into the night sometimes. And I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited to experience it. You know, it's a different world at nighttime. Obviously, it's a lot cooler and it's dark and you have these lights and it's kind of like you're cruising through a tunnel. And I did a little bit of night riding on the Huracan event. Some of you may have seen those videos back in February, and that was really fun. So I will do some night riding. Whoa, Go Explore just sent me $7.77. Thank you so much. Beer money, he says. I will definitely be using that on not beer, but I've been sober for 9 years. But I will use it for other good things like beans and maybe a kombucha. You know, not a lot of these small town gas stations carry kombucha. That's kind of hippie. Maybe I'll get a Mountain Dew or something. Frankie says pinion gearbox. Yes, definitely pinion gearbox. Okay, Carl says, about your food supply, will you eat healthy vegetarian food? Do you think you will have enough supplies, cities, places during the tour? So one of the great things about this route is that you go through a town every single day. So you don't really need to pack a ton of food that you might need to, like on Baja Divide, there might be 3 days before you have a resupply. But on this route, there's a lot of towns and gas stations and stuff. But the problem is it's all almost garbage food. It's gas station food. It's general store food. There's a few bigger towns along the way, Butte, Montana, Steamboat, that will have grocery stores. So I'll be able to get healthier food there. But I remember food being a problem on my last trip with John and Mira down the Great Divide, where it was just like, all I can eat are candy bars and even like frozen burritos in a gas station. They're almost never vegetarian. Sometimes they have bean and cheese or just bean burritos, but it's usually beef. So it's a little bit tricky to be a vegetarian out there. I did it last time. I'll be able to do it again, but I will say that it's not healthy. So that is a bummer, but it is what it is. We got Matthew Jones from DC. How you doing, my friend? Jason says, your videos with the Viking were fantastic. Thank you so much. I've loved putting those together and sharing them with you because Java is so awesome. Looks like Zoe says, greetings from Zoe and Patch from NYC. Got some of those city people in here. I appreciate that. Beyond X says, will you have to stop to recharge battery banks? Yes. So along with the route going through towns a lot, there's also motels and hotels. So I will probably stay in hotels more often than I typically would, because I really want to make sure that I'm showering and taking care of my hygiene and also sleeping well. So I definitely will be staying in hotels, also to charge up my power banks and all of my gadgets like this thing right here. This is my Garmin that will tell me where to go. Hey, Matthew Jones, thanks for the $10. I appreciate it. I'm sending you a high five. Boo! Oh, I don't know if any of you noticed this, but I'm wearing a Casa Bonita shirt. It is the famous Mexican restaurant here in Colorado. that South Park made famous. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Casa Bonita South Park, and you will see some funny videos. We say, somebody from Belgium says, good luck from Belgium all the way to you. Thanks for sharing your videos. Are my cycling antidepressants from Freakits99. So thank you so much. I appreciate you watching my videos. I really love that my videos are a break for you from the craziness of the world and the craziness of mass media and news. It's definitely scary and depressing a lot of times. And so I love that my videos are a little reprieve from that. And I truly take that seriously. I want my videos to inspire you in some way and just put a smile on your face and introduce you to new people in the United States or Mexico or Sweden or wherever I go. It's really important for me to highlight the local people. So I always take time to interview people. And I will try to do that to a degree on this adventure. Again, I'm trying to go fast, so I'm not going to be able to sit down for 2 hours with somebody, but I will try my best to show you the best of small town America all the way along this route. Hey, Joe J, thanks for the $9.99 British pounds. That's even more than $10. Thank you. We got Fraser B, another. Looks like we got a $20. That's British pounds, right? That little funky symbol. I think so. Yes. Frankie1 says, how satisfied are you with your Aero rack? Do the cradles keep in place or start to move? How robust are the 4 little straps? So when the Aero rack is all set up and working great, it's solid as a rock. I've never had the cradles move or any problems I've actually never had a problem with the Aero rack. I know in the video back with Java, the first video we made, his kind of broke because he over tightened the bolts that connected to the frame. That is definitely a flaw. There's a lot of moving pieces on the Aero rack. It's a much more complicated system than just a straight up rear rack. I have had no problems with it. I've been using it for about 2 years now. I do like it. I wouldn't say it's 10 out of 10. And that's because it's complicated. When you take it on and off, there's just a lot of bolts to move. It's just a lot of stuff's going on, but it is solid. It is bomb proof, and I will be rocking the Aero all the way down the Great Divide. Trent, how you doing, my friend? Says, stoked to watch your adventure. Would you call this a mix of touring racing? I remember seeing you talk about wanting to aim for 100 miles a day. Yes. So this is a mix of touring at a high speed. I want to go 110 miles a day to be able to finish in 25 days. And I have no idea if I'm going to be able to pull this off. I once did a tour where I rode about 110 miles a day for 10 straight days, and that was on pavement. That was on roads, which is way easier than off-road. I did that fine, and we'll see how this one goes. I feel like I'm going to get stronger as I ride. This is one of those events where you kind of ride yourself into fitness. I'm in shape right now. I wouldn't say that I've been training specifically and putting in tons of miles other than the New Mexico trip with Java. But we're going to find out. This is, it's a challenge. It's new. It's a risk. I'm going to be putting it all out there, and we're going to see how it goes. But I have a pretty good idea that I'll be able to pull it off. I've done enough of these athletic endeavors, whether it's on a bike or my feet running, that I can go deep into the pain cave. Carl says, Sverige-turen var underbar. Älskade dina video från norr till Malmö. Thank you very much. That was Swedish. This person here, Carl, was saying he really enjoyed my videos from the northern lands to Malmö. Malmö is the little city at the very bottom where I met up with my host family, who I lived with 25 years ago. Thibaud says, a Duzer video a day keeps the doctor away. Yes, I like that. I also say an Olay a day keeps the doctor away. So make sure to keep on Olaying through those tunnels. It's good for your spirit, puts a smile on your face. And when you're smiling, you're usually a little bit healthier, right? How are you getting from the airport in Calgary to Banff? Oh, I appreciate it so much, Callan, but I already have somebody who offered to drive me there. You're very, very kind to offer that, but I have a ride set up from the airport. Jennifer says, don't forget your Olay socks. No way. I will be wearing them the whole way down. G-Man says, what are you most worried about the ride, and how are you preparing for it? What am I most concerned about? So I've done enough adventures to know that worrying about things doesn't really help the situation. But That being said, you have to be really mindful. Of course, I could say the grizzly bears are a bit of a worry. They are out there, you know, and we're going to be sharing their forest with them. We are intruders in their forest. So I'm a little bit scared of grizzly bears. Once we get like south of Montana, there's not a whole lot more grizzly bear action. There's bears all the way through to New Mexico. You saw in my video with Java that came out a couple weeks ago, we had a bear come through camp and we were in the middle of New Mexico. You know, I really don't know what I'm most concerned about. It'll happen when it happens, and I'll deal with it when I'm out there. But that's a good question. You know, I'm really looking forward to digging deep when it gets hard and overcoming those moments where you're like, I can't do this anymore. I just woke up. It's day 17. I've ridden 100 miles a day. This hurts so bad. How am I going to get on my bike? Maybe my butt's sore too. Those are going to be the moments where I'm going to have to rise up and overcome my physical pains. And that's going to be with this right here, my mental game. And throughout my life, whenever I've had these experiences where either I'm at mile 80 of the Leadville Marathon or whatever it is, I just got to remember to keep moving forward. And once you start moving forward, your body starts feeling better and the miles tick off after a while. And that's all I can do. I can do my best out there. And that's what I'm looking forward to experiencing, to see how far I can push myself. Let's see. What to do? Judith says, I hope to do 110 miles a week. That's a great goal as well. So Captain Pedro says, not a lot of videos if I'm racing. So this is another point I didn't make clear. I won't be making videos while I'm out there. I will be filming it and then I will come back and then I will edit like nicer videos. I will try to do little updates while I'm out there and put them on YouTube and my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram for the most up-to-date videos, but I'm just going to be doing this. I'm going to talk to my cell phone. This is what happened today. This is what I encountered. They're going to be very simple, and I will upload those to YouTube so you have some idea of how it's going for me. But it won't be till after I get back that I make the real deal videos. We got Wirbin, 11 euros. Thank you, Wirbin. That's cool. I'm guessing, what kind of name is that? I wonder, is it German? Magnus says, is the European Divide Trail on my bucket list? Yeah, I'd love to do the European Divide one day. I did pieces of it in Sweden last year, which was really fun. Fraser B says, I did my first mini bikepacking adventure this month. Constant headwind, and although no tunnels, I did do some olays to try to cheer me up. Well, I hope it worked, because olays cheer me up. And they're, you know, they're funny, they're dorky, but it just puts a smile on my face. And I hope it puts a smile on your face as well. And I just remembered something. There's a website called Track Leaders, and this is how you can see exactly where I am at all times. So I am going to go to the Track Leaders website and put a link into this little chat bar down here. And so that is the Track Leaders website. So you'll be able to see everybody who's doing the race, and you'll be able to see exactly where I am at all times, which is cool and also scary. I remember John and Mira telling me last year that people were waiting outside of his hotel a couple times, which is nice because people are so excited to meet us, but also like, give me a break. Let's see. Okay, Carl says we will wait eagerly for your coming Tour Divide videos. Thank you. I will. My main goal while I'm out there is to ride my bike, and I will be documenting as I go. And when I get home, you will see everything. And I'm so excited once again to share this adventure with you. This one's going to be a little bit different, and I'm really looking forward to it. Pete says, what does the future hold? Will we see the rest of the European Divide Trail all the way to Portugal? Maybe. We'll see. You know, I have a lot of dreams. I have a list of rides that I want to do. Right after the Great Divide, I come home hopefully around July 8th or 9th, and then Ragbri starts at the end of the month. So if you're coming to Ragbri, I will be there. I know there was some concern about if I was going to be finishing it in time to do Ragbri. TeamDuzer will be out in force at Ragbri this year, and it's going to be fun. So I'm sure some of you are going to be there. We have like 250 people on TeamDuzer this year. David says, God bless and Godspeed. Thank you so much. Oh, we got new Bijo says, love my new 600 ADX. Awesome. I'm so glad you're loving it. I'm loving it too. Let's see. Arjun says, I'm psyched to see your Instagram updates. What is my main bike? Somebody asked. My main bike is the Priority 600 ADX right now. That is the adventure bike that I helped design with my friends at Priority Bicycles. It is the new version of the Priority 600X that came out in 2021. Okay, PT Trying says, last year's race had me addicted to dot watching. I barely slept. You know, a lot of people say that. They just, like, for weeks while the divide is going on, they just dot watch and following everybody. And even though it's, like, inherently kind of boring to look at a computer screen and see a little dot, people get into it. And I got into it last year when I was following John and Mira. Oh, Brian Nicholson from Scotland says he got his 600X. That is so awesome, Brian. You've been a good pal for a long time now, all the way over from Scotland. Troy Kidwell says, no crashies, no whammies, no flatties, and no grizzlies. Yes, I would love to see one from very far away, but I have no desire to see one up close. But I hear they don't like Mexican food, so we should be okay. John says, I will be peaking for Ragbri. That is true. I will either be peaking for Ragbri with my physical condition, or I will be so tired I'm going to be in a rickshaw. So we'll see how it goes. Hunter says, TeamDuzer Ragbri all the way, going to spread the hot pink shirt love across Iowa. You know it. We're really excited about the new shirts that we've made this year. We've got Alfredo Cardenas from Tijuana, Mexico. Ole, 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 ole. Wow, Lawrence Tensdam is signed up for the Tour Divide. That's incredible. He's a World Tour pro, one of the best cyclocross racers. I didn't know that he was doing Tour Divide. I guess I'm not going to win anymore. Bummer. Okay. Let's see. All right, I will talk a little bit. Well, if you have any questions, put them in the sidebar over here, and I will get to them. But I'll talk more about the Tour Divide race. Obviously, it goes through my home state of Colorado, and I'm very excited because I love my state and it's beautiful. And I know that I have friends that want to come out and cheer me on, and that is cool to a degree. There are some very strict rules with the Tour Divide, and technically you're not supposed to have any of your friends or family come cheer you on. It sounds kind of crazy, but you're not. But if you happen to surprise me out there, that's okay, you know, but it can't be pre-planned. So that's the deal. All right. So if you want to come out and cheer me on, remember that I am racing. I will give you a high five and we can chat for a little bit, get a selfie, but I'm going to be trying to move as quickly as possible. And I'm excited to meet some of you and meet people who are along the route. But technically, I cannot hang out for too long or even accept goodies from people. You're only supposed to be able to buy food at commercial outlets that are available to everybody, the racers. So the racers have to be all in the same playing field. And so since, you know, I have a hometown advantage in Colorado, I could have people every 10 miles giving me water and goodies, which is not technically okay. So just so you know, there are some rules involved with the Tour Divide. Beck says, bears don't like beans. That's true. They don't. Let's see. Francisco says, saludos desde California. Saludos, amigo. What tires am I riding? Good question. I have changed up my tires. I'm using the Victoria Mezcals. I've never used them before, but it seems to be the tire of choice or one of the tires of choice for the Tour Divide. And that's mainly because it's durable. So I'm going to give it a shot and see if they're cracked up to be. So Victoria Mezcals. We will be cheering you on from sunny Stratfordshire and one day hope to join you at Team Ragbri. I hope so, Joe J. That'd be awesome. Looks like we got another 10 bucks. Maybe Australian has an A in front of it. A, $10. Good luck with your ride and other participants from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you, Razor. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Tim K says, since you'll be pushing yourself harder on the GDMBR, will you be making any adjustments to your normal touring diet? I will be eating more. That's the main thing. the truth is I don't have a whole lot of options out there. I will be eating whatever is available to me and vegetarian. So gas station food, general store food, grocery stores, small town cafes. That's what I'm going to be eating. And I imagine, and I know, you can't believe this, but it's going to be like Halloween. I'm going to be buying lots of Snicker bars and other candies and goodies because it just tastes so good to eat a candy bar when you're starving and you've been riding your bike for 10 hours. Judith says, what size tire? They are 2.35. Whoop. 2.35s. Aaron, yep, I will be filming. I mentioned that earlier. I will be filming the race, but not in my traditional sense. I will be trying to move as fast as I can, but don't you worry. I will have plenty of content when I get home. I will not be posting videos while I'm away. And if I do post videos while I'm away, it's just going to be very, very simple cell phone selfie style where I'm just talking to the camera. I wonder if any dietitians have ever ridden the route who could advise on how to get the healthiest possible gas station meals. Well, I mean, you don't have to be a dietitian to know what's healthy. If a candy bar is healthier than a banana. So I am going to be trying my best to stay healthy. Sometimes gas stations have bananas and apples. I will be eating that when I can. Grocery stores always will have a much bigger variety of things. But as far as what I eat out of gas stations are almonds. That's really great protein and salt. I do eat a lot of candy bars. Sometimes they have energy bars, which really aren't that much healthier than a candy bar. Sometimes they have frozen burritos that you can just pack into your frame bag and they warm up throughout the day and you can eat those. It really depends on the town and how big it is. But I've been doing this long enough to know what I'm in for. And I'm in for a lot of junk food. And when I get back, oh man, it's going to be salads all day, all night, every day. We got Sam says, wishing you all the best from Canada. Steven says, are you vegetarian? Yes, I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 20 years. Let's see. Will you be bringing your razor and shaving every day? I get this question a lot, and you can probably guess the answer. Yes, I will be bringing my razor. People are always like, oh my God, why do you bring a razor? It weighs so much. It really doesn't. It weighs less than a can of beans. And I just like having a smooth face. I always have. Once in my life, I had somewhat of a beard, and it was when I was on a Discovery Channel survival show in Venezuela, and we didn't have anything for a month. So I had a bit of a beard. And I just don't like scratchy, hairy faces. I like smooth. And it's nicer to put sunscreen on. So Judith says the dietitian head would explode. Yes. But the truth is, when you're burning that many calories, you need carbohydrates, you need fats, you need sugars. So although, yes, it is unhealthy to be eating so much junk food and other things like that, racers have been doing this race for a long time, eating all this junk, and they're fine. Maybe some of them have had long-term problems, but I've never heard of any racers on this route having long-term problems due to the diet that they're eating out there. Fat Jellyfish Film says, Olay from Hervey Bay, Australia. Will there ever be a Tour de Oz? I would love to go to Australia someday. It is high on my list, and I would like to make this come true within the next 3 years. I've been talking to some people out there in Australia who are trying to put together some stuff for me. We'll just say maybe I can get out there. So I would love to go to Australia and experience that. I have never been anywhere close, really. The closest I've been to Australia is Bali, which is a much different place, but it's in that general area. Sam says, will you carry your bear spray on the handlebars or on your body? I don't know yet. I can't travel with bear spray, so I don't have it yet. I'm going to buy it when I land in Canada. So I'm either going to have it like on my hydration pack right here, so like bear spray here, or I will have it on my handlebars, so it's very quick, just in case I need to use it. Or maybe I need to like season my burritos with a little bear spray, little spice. Let's see. Will you spend any nights in a tent in dangerous grizzly country? I'm sure I will. I did last time. And you know, when you're so tired after riding all day, you just fall right asleep and you just hope that no bears come through camp. And I get a lot of questions from people in Europe who are terrified of our animals, with mountain lions and bears, rattlesnakes. They don't have that in England. And I always tell them what I most worry about in the deep forest are mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are far more annoying than bears. And truth is, animals smell humans and they stay far away. They don't want anything to do with us. They are just as scared of us or more than we are of them. Kevin says, Little Debbie is the best dietitian ever for a bike tour. Definitely. When I was a kid, elementary school, I always had Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls and I loved them. So if I find some Little Debbies out there, you better believe I'm getting them. Dylan says, your quick staple meals of bean tortillas will come in handy when every second counts. Good luck on your journey, Duzer. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. Yep. I will definitely be buying beans when I have the opportunity at grocery stores and making my famous Duzeritos. Fraser says, have you ever considered an around-the-world bikepacking adventure? Not really. Maybe when I was younger, but now I really love where I live. I love being home. I love my community. And I love being able to have a home base and then go out for an adventure for a month and then come back. I don't know if I have it in me to travel for months or maybe a year to ride all the way around the world. And a lot of you are probably following Lael Wilcox right now. She's biking around the world to set the world record for the fastest circumnavigation of the planet. And it's pretty fun if you want to follow her. She's been posting podcasts every day and photos on her Instagram. So go check out Lael Wilcox. She is currently riding all the way around the planet and doing huge miles. We're talking like 175 to 200 miles a day. Let's see. Try hot cocoa in the morning before the sun rises. I love hot chocolate. I'm going to try to do that if I can find it. Are you going to Iowa? Yes, I'm going to Iowa. Ragbri is high on the list. Oh, and Kathy says they usually will not let you cross the border with bear spray. If you're crossing at Rooseville, check first. You may have to buy it in Eureka, Montana. Oh, interesting. I didn't know this because I imagine I'm going to want bear spray in Canada. So maybe I'll have a bear spray for Canada and then give it up and then buy another one, which is a bummer because they're like $60 each. Renee says, ole, ole, whoppa. What's up, Renee? How you doing, my friend? There's a company that makes a bear spray mount for either handlebars or for your water bottle mounts. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Arthur. I'll look for that. With all the junk food, will you be supplementing with vitamins and minerals? I am not planning on bringing a bunch of vitamins. I mean, imagine I'd have to have a pretty big jar of vitamins. So no, I'm not planning on that. I'm really just going to try my best to eat healthy food when it's available. And when I get home, just full detox until Ragbri, which is also not the healthiest place to eat food. Lizard 87 says, do you have a goal in mind? Yep, 110 miles a day for a 25-day finish. That is my goal. Maybe I'll go faster. Maybe I'll go slower. I've never done this before. We shall see. Adam says, hey, Ryan, when you go on long rides, do you always wear padded shorts? Yes, I do. I always wear padded shorts, and it makes a difference. Oh, somebody says, too bad I won't see you at the Leadville 100 again this year, but enjoy and have an awesome tour. Yes, I would love to do the Leadville 100, but I won't be in running shape this summer. I'm going to be in really good bike shape, but not running shape. But I will be back for the Leadville another day. Brazil has a lot of beans. You are very welcome. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good, says Henrique. I would love to go to Brazil. That's also high on my list. Arthur says, Tennessee. What's up, Tennessee? Oh, what's the elevation? So Bex just asked, what's the elevation of this ride? It is 150,000 feet of elevation change throughout the entire 2,700-mile route. So all the up and down, up and down. And you have to think, it's called the Great Divide mountain bike route because it loosely follows the Continental Divide, which is mountainous. So I'll be going up and down mountains the entire ride. The only flat section I can think about is the Great Divide Basin in Wyoming, which is just kind of like a barren, wide open desert almost. It's very beautiful, but that's the only flat part that I can think of. Ann Cleve, how you doing? So good to see you here, Ann. Carl says electrolytes are important. Yes, electrolytes are important. I won't have vitamins and minerals like the other person was asking me, but I will have salt tabs to make sure that I have enough sodium. If you have more sodium in your system, you're going to be able to retain the water that you're drinking. And so I will have a 3-liter hydration pack on my back, and then I will have a 3-liter bladder in my frame bag. I won't always need to fill that all the way up because for a lot of the ride until New Mexico, there are streams, mountain streams everywhere, and I'll be able to dip right in and drink. I will filter, yes, of course. But yeah, did you know mira in Spanish means look? Yes, Adam, I sure did. Is the Fernie route option for most riders? I don't know. I haven't looked at those details yet. But essentially, when they make the route, the Tour Divide official route, everybody is supposed to follow it. No, it's not like different for different people. And again, it's like this is like a very officially unofficial race. There are no road closures. There are no aid stations. There are no race marshals. This is very underground. And it was started, I think, in 2009 by a guy named Matthew Lee. And he still loosely organizes. I mean, it's really not organized at all. It's self-policed. You have a dot tracker and you go all the way down as fast as you can, and everybody just does their thing. So it's really, everybody has their own race, you know, and you're supposed to follow the rules of the race. Let's see. Oh, you should come out to BC, Canada and check out the BC Epic. I would love to do the BC Epic one day. That looks stunning and also not all that hard. Let's see. Brian Nicholson says, would you use a small electric bike pump in case of any flatties? I don't have one of those. I've seen those showing up online, but I have just a regular old pump. Seems to do the job. Mortal Hydration is my go-to. Salty Marg is so good. I'll have to look that one up. Any plans yet to release your book on Kindle? It's on ebook style. You can get it. My book now is ebook format. If you go to DuzerBook.com, you can get the regular book, paper book, or you can like get the download. So if you want the ebook, it is now available for everybody in the whole world, and it's $10. So yeah, go check that out. And if you want my real book, if you want the actual book, do I have one right here? I don't have it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, you've heard me talking about it for a while. We still have some books left if you want an actual book, and you can get that at DuzerBook.com. Yes. Let's see. Hello from the Philippines. Right on, Alvin. So cool to have somebody from so far away. Yes, John says the incentive for finishing in Mexico is the best frijoles ever. That's true, but I actually won't be going into Mexico, although I'm going to be very tempted to cross the border and go into Mexico because you all know that I love Mexico. But I think by the end of this ride, I will be toast, and I'm going to want to go right back home to Boulder. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Yes, Craig, I will have a dot. Maybe I should have pinned my comment, but I will put it here again. Here is the website for track leaders. Can I pin this? Is that possible? Pin message. There we go. So now it is pinned up here at the top. So that right there is the track leaders website, and you will be able to follow me at all times on that website. And if you forget this, it will also be in the link in my Instagram bio, and I will be talking about it throughout the race. Camille says, are you doing the Boulder-thon this fall, which is our marathon here in Boulder? I won't, and I'm so bummed out about it. My friend is getting married, which is great, but I will not be in town to do the Boulder-thon. Okay, Juan Pablo Soto says, algún día aprenderé inglés, pero me encanta que hagas videos otra vez. Muchos saludos de otro ciclista de Santiago de Chile. Mucho gusto, amigo. Que tengas un buen día. Te doy un chocolate con 5. Pa! Nice. Yeah. I need to do some more Spanish speaking videos. It seems like it's been a while. Yeah. Arthur says, your book was the only time I justified taking an actual book with me on a tour versus just going with the Kindle. Hey, I appreciate that. And that was the goal of that book, you reading it in your tent as you're on an adventure. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. Any more questions over here? So yeah, I will be leaving on Wednesday. Today is Monday. The race starts Friday. The race starts at 8 in the morning. And everybody will start together, about 200 people. I haven't seen the official start list, but if you go to that track leaders website, you'll be able to see everybody. They're all listed in there, everybody who's doing the race, and they have little country flags and little avatars of their faces. It's really cool. And I'm so excited just to be part of the energy, to meet all the awesome racers from around the world and have the time of my life. Yes, I'm going to try to go fast. And yes, I'm going to push myself past my limits every now and then, but not always. But I'm mostly just looking forward to having an incredible experience and then sharing that experience with you. I mean, this is a dream situation right here. Me talking to all of you here on YouTube, on my channel, being able to share these videos, being able to interact with you. It is an absolute dream job. So thank you all for watching my content. It truly means the world to me. And you're allowing me to do this by just watching my content. You are awesome. And if you want to join my Patreon, Patreon will get you early release videos before they come out on Sundays and videos with no ads. And you'll have access to chat with me. And we do other fun things. So if you want to join Patreon, you can do that. But there's no pressure ever. I'm just very happy to be making these videos for you. And I'm gonna link my Patreon here in the comments in case anybody is feeling saucy. There's my Patreon right there. Chrissy Reed says, we love you. Have the best time. Thank you, Chrissy. You are awesome. Definitely. Larry says, will John and Mira be on the divide at the same time? No, John and Mira are in Panama. They are continuing on their world tour around the world. So John and Mira are far away in Panama, about to take a boat across the Darien Gap into Colombia. And then they will continue all the way down to the bottom of South America and then fly to Europe and do the European divide. And he's going to be on the road for years. If you want to follow John and Mira, the best place for up-to-date information is on their Instagram. And the Instagram, I will put it right here at Mira_la_Pera. That is their Instagram. So if you want to follow John and Mira, that is the way to do it. Brian says, no crashies, no flatties, no whammies. Thank you. ABC to EFG says, huge respect to you. Godspeed. Thank you so much. I am going to be channeling all of your energy while I'm out there during the tough times, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling sore, when I'm feeling just sick of it. I am going to channel your energy. Your virtual cheers are going to be keeping me moving forward. And I truly mean this. And it's just an exciting feeling to know that it's not just my family and my friends cheering me on, it's all of you. And that really does make a difference. And so here we go, and like I said, stay tuned for videos after the ride. I will try to upload while I'm out there on my Instagram. My Instagram is the best place to see up-to-date information. If you don't know my Instagram, it's just at Duzer. I just typed it in there. And there we go. Rachel says, wishing you the best of luck on the ride. Be safe and have fun. Thank you. Or is it Rochelle? It's probably not Rachel. It's Rochelle Bonner. Thank you. Good Tilled Earth says, good luck, Ryan. What an exciting adventure. And it really is an exciting adventure. And I'm so fortunate that I get to do this. All I have to do for the next month, and when times get tough and I'm complaining, I have to remember, all I have to do is ride my bike. And that is incredible. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity, because I know a lot of other people out there around the world would be dying to have this experience, to be able to ride their bike for a month. And so I don't take this opportunity lightly. And I know it's very special and very unique. And it's exciting to have you virtually along for the ride. And I'm going to share all the ups and downs with you as I do this thing. So it's pretty incredible. I'm laughing to myself right now. I'm like, oh gosh, today is the first day where I started getting a little bit nervous, because for so long it's been like, oh, it's a year away, it's 6 months away. And even last couple weeks ago, it's like, oh, 2 weeks away. I got time to worry about it later. And now I'm like, oh, I need to pack my bike up in the box, which I just did today, and get all my gear together. And, ooh, man, here we go. It's happening. This is real. This is very real. Zim says you should ride from the end of the Tour Divide to Ragbri. I think I'll be toast, but that is a interesting idea. We'll see how I'm feeling after the end of this video. Jim Jr. 44 says, love your videos. They're so entertaining. I'm 79 years old and still riding, just not across the world. Hey, Jim, you are awesome. I'm sending you a high five. It's impressive that you're rocking and rolling at 79 years old, and you're an inspiration to me and everybody else who probably sees you riding a bike. I think if we stay active throughout our lives, we're able to stay active later on in life. And at least for me, I know that's true. I'm 45 years old right now, and a lot of my friends who I went to high school with, they haven't kept their bodies as healthy, and they're not able to do things like this. They can do their own things and their own challenges, but I'm very grateful that I can still perform at a very high level with both running and cycling, and that is due to being athletic my entire life. And it's never too late to start. You know, if maybe you haven't been athletic your entire life and now you want to be, and you start moving, you'll see how quickly your body changes, and not only your body, but your mindset. When I get out for a run, if I'm having a tough day, if I'm kind of bummed out, if I'm kind of blah, I'm like, I go for a run and I come home and I'm like, I'm so glad I did that. Like, I feel so much better, so much more energized. I just saw a question out of the corner of my eye. It says clipless or flat pedals. I'm going clipless. I'm locking into the pedals so I can get full range of motion. Doug Brooks says, are you taking the 600 ADX? Yes, I am. I sure am. Unibuzzer says, buen provecho, amigo. Yeah, watching you and John out there is an inspiration to me to keep my act together. I'm 29 now and really want to be able to ski, bike, kayak when I'm in my 60s. Right on, Arthur. You're the man. High five. Your Swedish adventure has inspired my own mini 500-mile adventure in Finland. I spent a semester in Finland in 1998 when I was in college in 1998. That's so cool, Lance. Have a great time in Finland and watch out for the mosquitoes. You're going to love it, though. I'm currently biking across Kansas, and I've heard your name several times this week, lightly in part because I'm riding a 600X. Oh, this is Curtis. How you doing, Curtis? What's up, my man? Hope you're enjoying your ride. It's good to hear from you. I have another question about a whammy. A whammy is something very unexpected. It's just straight up bad luck. It's not a crash, because a crash is a crash when you go down on your bike. A whammy can be anything that just kind of derails you. So use your imagination. Trails of an Old Runner says, I'm teaching grade 11 travel and tourism, and we watch an episode of your Divide videos every Friday. This Friday, I'll be sure to bring up the tracker too. That is so awesome. That makes me so happy that you're sharing my videos with your class. Give them all a high five from crazy Uncle Duzer. And you will have new Divide videos to show them when I'm done with this adventure. So thank you. That's so cool. I love to think that my videos are being shown in schools. Let's see. Alex says, I met you at the Boulder-thon this year. Have loved your content. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you, Alec. Old Man Moto Adventure says, good luck. What bike am I using? I'm using the Priority 600 ADX, the new bike that I designed with my friends at Priority Bicycles. If you don't have any more questions, or if you do, I'm going to end this fairly soon because I got to get out and get my stuff together. I'm actually feeling a little bit stressed. I don't like being stressed, but I have a whole ton of work to get done before I leave on Wednesday, and I got to go do that. But if you have any more questions, any burning questions, I will try to get to it very quickly before I jump off here. Keep going, says Ryan. I retired on January 31st, 2024. You have inspired me to ride longer and more often. Way to go, and congrats on retirement. Let's see. Que tengas una buena carrera de Arizona. I'm not going to Arizona, but thank you. I will be in New Mexico. So the route goes Canada, Montana, teeny little bit of Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico. Straight down. And yeah, Let's see if there are any more questions out here. Beyond X says, best adventures. Have a good time. What up, Ryan? We love your content. Thank you for the positivity and awesome adventures. Whoa, David Alonso just gave me $19.99. Thank you so much, David Alonso. I appreciate it. You are the man. Shout out from Boulder, bro. Yes, there's probably some Boulder people on this chat. And you know I love Boulder. It is my favorite place in the world. And I am proudly born and raised here. Sam Campbell says, going to sign off. Yeah, what's up? Yes, I'm loving the rain too. We actually have a rainy afternoon, which is needed because we haven't had much rain in the past month. So I am going to wrap this up. We've been doing this for about an hour. Thank you all so much for all your love and support and watching my videos. You are all amazing. I hope you all have your own amazing adventures this summer. And if you don't, just get out for one night, a little weekend fun trip to sleep under the stars and experience the beauty of pushing your body a little bit and breathing that fresh air and eating bean burritos. Don't forget, a lot of these adventures are a lot more fun when you're eating good food, and bean burritos, for me at least, man, makes everything so good. Thank you all so much. Again, the track leaders link is over here, over there, and you can track me. Follow me up to date. The most up-to-date information will be on my Instagram. I will try to upload very, very simple videos to YouTube while I'm out there whenever I have service, but the main content will come after I finish this adventure. Arthur says it's actually illegal to go out bikepacking without eating bean burritos. It should be illegal, my man. It is some good food. Daniel says frijole power. Good luck, my friend. Hunter says, good luck. Thank you so much, Hunter. Hope you're rocking that down there in Florida. Ryan, you've got this. Have an amazing journey. And thank you all so much. You are awesome. And I will see you down the road here on YouTube. You're amazing. No crashies, no flatties, no whammies. Ole, 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 ole. You're all awesome. I love you. Sorry for screaming. I just get a little excited. All right, I'm leaving for real now. 1, 2, 3, bye.